If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell's heard you.
That's not a person.
That is not a fucking person!
Hello? Hello?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
Guys? George? Open!
I'm trying to leave. I don't want any trouble.
What is this place?
It's finally May, which means Kane Parsons and A24's The Backrooms is finally here, and I could not be more excited. Not just because I'm a huge fan of Kane Parsons' work on YouTube, and the fact that he's getting an A24 theatrical release at 20 years old is motivating as hell to me. Not just because I was one of the OG people who saw the original Backrooms post going around the internet in 2019. The Backrooms movie excites me for what it could mean for the future of the film industry. But before we get into that, we need to get into some background. What exactly is the Backrooms?
What the fuck, Apple Maps? Nah, bro, fuck Apple Maps, bro. What the fuck is this? Dog. Bro, I done go into the Backrooms, bro.
You've somehow been no-clipped out of reality for the past 7 years. The Backrooms is an online horror concept that originated from X, 4chan's paranormal board. On May 12, 2019, an anonymous user started a thread asking users to post, quote, disquieting images that just feel off, with an infamous image of a room with yellow wallpaper, old carpeting, and fluorescent lights. The photo has since been revealed to have been taken during the renovation of a former furniture store with plenty of partitions and fake inner walls in Wisconsin in 2003. I just want to say the fact that we found out that the original Backrooms photo takes place in a furniture store and Kane Parsons is putting the entrance to the Backrooms in the Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire furniture store in this movie, just beautiful homage to the original post. Later, after that original post was made, on March 13, 2019, another anonymous user responded to the original images with words that would change the internet and horror forever.
If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at a maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you.
And from that moment, it was off to the races. Within days, the post had spread all across the internet, being posted to the subreddits r/creepypasta and eventually spawning its own r/backrooms. Users began expanding on the concept, adding different levels such as the pool rooms or the parking zone, accompanied with their own images depicting abandoned liminal spaces. Today, the Backrooms is synonymous with online horror. From games, wiki pages, and numerous fan films and stories, the lore of the Backrooms, like the Backrooms itself, is ever expanding. And while there are many amazing things to discuss about the Backrooms community as a whole, today we're going to focus in on Kane Pixels' YouTube. There's a dog barking like right outside my house right now. Could you not? Today, we're going to focus in on Kane Pixels' YouTube series and now A24 feature film. Kane Parsons, more popularly known as Kane Pixels, is an American filmmaker, visual effects artist, YouTuber, and musician whose web series based on the Backrooms has gained over 77 million views and helped launch the concept of the Backrooms further into the mainstream. His skills did not just come out of nowhere. Kane's interest in visual effects started by playing around with environments and lighting in Little Big Planet. 2017, he got Adobe After Effects at age 12, and he grew his visual effects skills over the next few years, as well as beginning a YouTube channel where he would begin posting short films. Then in February of 2020, he finally downloaded Blender. Compared to After Effects, Parsons felt that Blender had given him the creative freedom that he had been longing for. And immediately, Parsons began making short films with the program. At 14 years old, Parsons sent a video based on the web series Dad Feels to Nathan Barnett. Barnett reacted positively and suggested changes to the video, and it was soon released as The Facility on June 1st, 2020. Parsons later worked with Barnett from late 2020 to early 2021 on a spin-off of Dad Feels known as Project 209. In 2021, Parsons adapted the anime and manga series Attack on Titan into 6 animated shorts. The videos present the events of this series from the perspective of early 20th century war photography. The series was praised by fans of the original Attack on Titan series for its horror elements and remaining faithful to the original. However, Kane Parsons' big break didn't truly come until The Backrooms. Parsons had loved the concept of The Backrooms when it first spread across the internet, but he was disappointed with the quality of the content related to the creepypasta that was circulating around the internet at the time, and he saw an opportunity to turn it into something more. In late 2021, Parsons began working on a short Blender animation inspired by The Backrooms. He later released the video to his YouTube channel on January 7, 2022 under the name The Backrooms Found Footage. And Parsons never intended for this video to blow up in the way that it did. It was supposed to be just a standalone one-shot work. But as the video's popularity continued to grow, currently sitting at 77 million views as I'm recording this, while not necessarily planning to continue this series, Parsons did have an unfinished story idea from earlier in his career that he decided to rework and turn into his Backrooms web series. Over the next 5 years, Parsons created 22 videos ranging from classic analog horror informational videos, found footage, autopsy reports, and even the analysis of the fluorescent lighting and air filtration systems within the Backrooms. I mean, to say that Kane Pixels' The Backrooms series is one of the best and well-executed horror series on YouTube would be a massive understatement. This man has such an attention to detail when it comes to the worlds that he builds, and it makes me extremely excited that A24 worked so closely with him while making this film to make sure that it lined up with his vision from this series. Now, Kane Pixels does have 2 other series currently running on his YouTube channel, The Oldest View and People Still Live Here, which are both phenomenal in their own right. Seriously, if you have not watched The Backrooms, People Still Live Here, or The Oldest View yet, after you're done with this video, go to Kane Pixels' channel and watch all of his videos. That it is peak horror. With the film releasing later this month, Parsons will be A24's youngest director at 20 years old, and while many people may see this as a risk, I see it as a huge step forward for aspiring filmmakers. A24 reached out to Parsons to direct a feature-length film in his universe back in 2023, with Robert Patino of Westworld fame writing and produced by James Wan, Sean Levy, and Osgood Perkins. Parsons worked on his own to create the film's concept art in Blender, and then worked with the production team to make sure that every single detail of the sets were exactly how he envisioned. Quote, "We did a lot of tests to make sure we were getting the general tone that people expected from the Backrooms," he told The Hollywood Reporter. "We did 50 wallpaper tests just to get the right shade of yellow." Once the sets were fully complete, they had created over 30,000 square feet of the Backrooms, causing multiple people working on the set to get lost during production. And while I didn't mention it earlier, Parsons is also a musician and did all of the music for the Backrooms series on his YouTube channel. This film, he is working with composer Ido von Bremen, composed the score for this film. Truly, if A24 and Kane Parsons' The Backrooms is successful, which I highly suspect it will be, this could be a massive step forward for young and indie filmmakers, and a huge step forward for online creators. Over the past year, we've been seeing a shift beginning to happen in the film industry. Audiences are getting bored with the same formulaic big studio blockbusters that are created to appeal to as many demographics at once and to please stockholders. The average moviegoer is finding it harder and harder to stay entertained by endless sequels, remakes, and predictable plots. And as much as they want you to believe that the movie theater industry is dying, every time a movie that actually grabs the public's interest comes out, ticket sales shoot through the roof, almost as if the issue isn't a lack of the interest in going to the movies for the public, but a lack of interesting movies for the public to see. It is no surprise right now, the economy is poopy doo-doo. People do not have a lot of expendable income. And in order to get people to spend the money to go watch a movie in theaters, you need to make it feel like it's something that they truly have to experience on the big screen. Just this past year alone, some of those films have come from online creators. Iron Lung released just earlier this year and was financed, written, directed, and stars YouTuber Markiplier, usually known for his gameplay commentary videos.
Was that the bite of 87?
Mark announced in 2023 that he would be adapting Iron Lung into a film. Originally, the film was only set to release in 60 independent US theaters, but as interest and word of mouth from fans begin to spread, more and more theaters, including AMC and Cinemark, started to open up screenings. Eventually, the film opened to 4,161 theaters international. And on a budget of only $3 million, the film's massive support from fans grossed it over $51 million worldwide. As well as Iron Lung, The Amazing Digital Circus is getting a theatrical release for its finale episode. This is a massive step forward for online indie animation. And same with Iron Lung, The Amazing Digital Circus was supposed to have a lot smaller of a theatrical release, but as it was announced, fans' interest caused more screenings to be shown globally. And I do just want to say there is some controversy going around with The Amazing Digital Circus right now. I'm not going to get too into that. All I am going to say is saying the N-word is bad. And on top of that, Jacksepticeye also has a Bloodborne movie in the works, which I just cannot wait to hear more about as it's getting into production. It feels like the film industry finally has to start recognizing the talent that does exist on the internet. And more importantly for the film industry as a whole, the money that is to be made from online creators. I mean, not only do these creators have ideas and visions that are so far from what we typically see in Hollywood, but they have built-in fan bases that guarantee ticket sales. And in the face of all the challenges facing the film industry, from AI to streaming to corporate monopolies, they need to start funding and start supporting the visions of more indie filmmakers and lesser-known creatives. And if those filmmakers end up coming from YouTube series or fan films, or hell, even well-produced TikToks, the film industry needs to acknowledge the audience is already at home watching their content. So why not give those creatives a little more funding and bring that audience to the movie theater? And if you've stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. I am Drew Parker. This is my first YouTube video. This was a lot. I didn't really know what I was doing. I mostly film more like, like short content, just a little about me here at the end. I'm a father, I'm a fiance, I'm the most hated man by the TikTok algorithm. If you like what I have to say here, make sure you're following me here, there, and everywhere at the fantastic Drew Parker. I am hoping to upload here about weekly on Wednesdays is the plan. So we'll see what happens, but if I stay on track, then I will see you guys next week. And thank you so much for watching.